Hello and welcome to another video tutorial. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on skulltulas because it has been something that a couple of buddies that I play with, Maelstrom specifically, have been, I wouldn't say having difficulties with, but we could discuss what we could do in terms of efficiency there. So I'm going to change my view here. Right. So I'm gonna make two spreadsheets here. Basically one for dungeons and one for overworld. We're gonna go through all the 100 skulls in the game. I mean, if there is one that's too out of the way or it's not interesting for me to show, I'm gonna just gloss over it. And mostly I'll try to show where each one of them is and maybe some strats to get them. So dungeons are gonna go obviously over Deku DC Jabu, and then Forest Fire, Water, Shadow Spirit, and the 3 extra dungeons here. Bottom of all, Ice Cavern and Gerudo Training Grounds. And for Overworld, we have each one of the areas here. We're gonna have 3 categorizations for skulls, which is convenient, which is a skull that basically, if it's there, if you have the necessary items, you're gonna want to get it every single time. There's this A category, which is like, say you need 30 skulls, 40 skulls, 50 skulls, you saw a hint, then maybe you want to get out of your way to get this one here. But like if you're just going through the motions on your route and generally trying to get the 10 and 20 that don't have hints, then maybe you skip them. And finally we have the no way category, which is our skulls that are so out of the way that are gonna accrue massive time loss for you to collect them. Alright? On this tab here I have all the skulls and the areas. So we're gonna go starting from, let's start with the dungeons. It's more self-contained, so we're gonna go through Deku Tree. This one. So we have 4 skulls in Deku Tree. Of those, I would say that only 3 are really viable. So let's go here. I'm using the practice room, right? I'm gonna fast forward here tactically in some places. So generally what you're gonna have here in Deku Tree is your sticks, nuts, and your Deku Shield. You can do Deku Tree with as low as 3 sticks. I'll show you how. Let's just fly here. I don't know if I can get through these big skulls here. Guess we'll find out. I can just fly here actually. Alright, so you're gonna go through your Deku Tree here, get this chest, and you go through the slingshot room, do what you gotta do there. I missed my landing spot, 1 second. You get the 2 chests there, get the Deku Scrub, then you come here. Okay. You can do flame storage on this thing here, or you can go and light the torch right away. It doesn't matter really. You press the button first, go to the last chest there, then second time you're gonna go to the left here, and here we have the skull. Say I have 3 sticks, this is the skull that you're gonna get. You don't have any nuts, supposedly. So what you do is you open the chest, then you line up with it, with target, pull out the stick, jump slash. You gotta open the chest first. Alright, so line up with it, pull the stick, jump slash. You get a token. And then you have a half stick here. In this consideration you have 2 sticks by now and no nuts. So you just roll from here, jump slash, and then you get your 5 nuts here. 2 sticks, 5 nuts, more than enough to finish the whole thing, right? So that's gonna be your general strat here. Coming out, we're gonna obviously freeze one of these skulls with your nuts. So now I have 4 nuts. You fall in here, you immediately left side hop, back walk and get this. You can get the skull up in the vines here with a jump slash. I'm not proficient in that technique. So we have two skulls here, this one and this one, both very convenient for you to get. I usually get them both. Of course, if you only have two sticks, you have to skip them. You have no other alternative. But if you have 5 sticks as you enter in, then you can break 2 sticks. So you're just gonna line up here, pull out your stick, and jump slash. Oh, I missed. Let's try that again. I have been missing that quite a bit lately. I don't know why. I'm gonna get it, guys. Relax. It's fine. There we go. I think it was not a very great angle. So then you climb the vines, get that. As you come back, you just line up with this, jump slash, and you come down here. Flame storage this, right? So obviously, get the chest, then you jump here, get your second token, and now you do B1 skip and finish. The fourth skull that is way back there, you have to have bombs and also a boomerang, so that is an unviable skull. So for our deco tree here, we have done 3 convenient skulls and 1 that is no way. You're never gonna get that skull. Unless it's maybe you have dungeon skull sanity on, then you eventually will have to get back to that one possibly. So that is something to consider. Let's go into the Dongo's Cavern. So I'm gonna warp as a dog. Well, obviously you're gonna mostly every time do the Dongos as adult, right? I wouldn't say there's many times I do DC as child. So on the Dongos has, let's go to the page here first. So we have the Dongo's Cavern. It has 5 skulls, yes? Let's see, yeah, 5 skulls. 5 skulls, we're gonna go over each one of them. Let's see the viability of each. So generally you're gonna start there, bomb that wall, see the hint, press the button, and then you go all the way to the map chest here, and then to the door. If you know you need skulls, as you enter DC, so I don't know, you need 50 skulls. Okay, then you have 2 skulls over here that are, I would say, it's on the A category. They're not bad to get, they're not the fastest either. So you have the little Dodongos here. If you don't have bombs, you can get this one here. All you gotta do is just lure the small Dodongo close to it. You kill it by the door. It's gonna explode. Let you in. Just come over here. And then, are these bats in front of you? Just ignore them or kill them. Doesn't matter. Get the token. Let me, as per usual, put the target on hold here. Alright. Okay. Great, then you got that skull. So you don't even need any items for this skull. The only thing is that it is kind of inconvenient to get, I would say. I have this one up here. Obviously, if you have Scarecrow song you're gonna play it, it's gonna spawn Scarecrow there, you get the skull. There's a way for you to get without the Scarecrow though. Let's try it. Just gonna line up here, throw a chew. It's gonna kill the skull. And see that these little dongos don't get in my way. And then, let's see if I have the long or the hook shot here. I think I have the long shot. When items, I have the hook shot only, alright. I have the token there, and I think we might need the long shot for this. Let's enable the long shot here, see if it works. Didn't enable it for some reason. Maybe I have to re-equip. Oops. Ah, there we go. I had to re-equip it, alright. There we go. And then you can get the token with only the long shots and the chew. Obviously with a hook shot you don't have enough range to reach it. Alright, we continue. So these two skulls, well, for one you don't need anything, it's only going to cost you a bit of time. And the other one you do need a chew and a long shot, or you need the scarecrow song and the hook shot to get it. So it's up to you really. Okay, I just skip what Navi is telling us there. So you go through here. You're gonna bomb the stairs. They're gonna come down. You're gonna go in here. There's an arrows with a chest there. I'm not gonna bomb this to show you the skull that I'm talking about here. So then you have a skull up here, which obviously I can get now because the stairs are still up. How do you get the skull? The way for you to get the skull, the only hook shot is you're gonna press the button that brings the pillar up on the right side of the dungeon, all the way after the bomb bag chest, and then you exit the dungeon. As you come in, the stairs position is gonna reset another platform, and you go on that platform, you come all the way back here, and then as you come through the door over there, you see there are vines here, so you're simply gonna climb the vines and then get the skull, no problem. You can do this with a hook shot easily, as you can see. So I would put this in an unviable category because you have to exit the dungeon and then come back. If you do have the long shot though, then it's easy because even with the stairs bombed, you can reach it from below. I'm going to show it. Just bomb the stairs here. I'm going to fast forward here so we're not kept waiting. Right, just backflip here 6 times. If you have the long shot, you can clearly and easily reach the skull there. Right. It's very rare though, I would say, that you have a long shot coming in DC. Now you have a skull up there. If you have a bow, if you have a hook shot, if you have bombs even, very simple for you to get it. Just kill the skull and climb the vines. If you don't have any of that, you can still get it. Usually I break the spot for a 20. And then you can bring the spot over here with you. And just throw it at the skull. So just line up here and there you go. Now you climb the vines and get it. So you can get it with pretty much anything you've got. Right, so that is it. Another skull for us. You come here, press the button. We're gonna have to open the mouth now. I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Now you obviously are gonna go over there, do the little jump, get the chest, yada yada yada. Then you bring the pillar up. The pillar I'm talking about is this one, by the way. Have to bring it up and then go all the way back to the room there. Now there we go. We can easily open the mouth, as you guys can see with I showed this in my miscellaneous tips and tricks. You can open the dongle mouth from below, a very useful trick if you're in go mode or if you know that the dongle's cavern is barren. You can open it from below. So the final skull is going to be back here. This is one that is very viable. It's just a bit out of the way. Just throw a bomb up here, or you use your hammer, of course. Then you go in, and it's right there. You just get it. And there we go. Alright, so for the dongles, let's kill these armors here. There we go. So for the dongles, we've had 5. Let's go for the monitor here. We've had 5 skulls. So 2 to the right side, 2 on the stairs, 1 on the vines, and 1 on the back there. And finally, we have this one that I've just shown. So on the baby dodongo area, both I would say they are kind of A for me. They're not unviable by any means. The next one, which is the one up the vines, as you bomb the stairs, that is very viable. You can get with anything, even a pot, as I've shown. So that is a convenient one for sure. This one, the last one that I've shown, is a time loss to get it for sure, but it's very possible as well. So I would consider that an A as well. And finally, the one skull that is on the back of the stairs that you have to use the long shots or bomb the stairs, exit the dungeon, then come back through the other way. I mean, that one, let's be honest, you're not gonna get it like ever unless you are doing Dungeon Skull Sanity. So these are the skulls for the Dodongo's Cavern. Let's continue now for Jabu. Where's Jabu? Jabu. We have 4 skulls in Jabu. All of them are, I would consider very viable. You guys will see why. So I'm gonna warp as child to Jabu from found. So pretty standard start here, right? We're gonna come through. You can hit the thing there with the boomerang, with the slingshot, doesn't matter really. Up to you. Oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong scene. Alright, there we go. Now, as you come here, usually the platform is going to be coming right up, so you can just jump through, no problem. Come over here, and Ruto is going to be right there. I'm going to have to fast forward this. I'm going to have to look up how to never have animations or cutscenes in the practice room. And now she falls. There we go. Now as you come down here, you're gonna pick her up and go to this side, right? I'm gonna cover these shoe skulls here because they're the more interesting ones. You have this tentacle, I'd say. As you finish all the 3 tentacles on the upper floor, there you go. Then this tentacle is gonna disappear. You're simply gonna obviously you have the boomerang by now, so you just kill these 2 skulls with your boomerang, your slingshot, whatever, pick up the 2 tokens. Very easy, very simple. Then, this is like mid to final part of the dungeon, then you're gonna go face Big Octo. You have a skull here, as well. On this one you can get even without the boomerang, you just kill the skull, you bring the water level up with a button and simply climb the vines. Obviously, if you have the boomerang, you can catch it early, which is good, I guess. And finally, we have the final skull on the door preceding the entrance to Barinad. I've never come this way. As you bring the elevator down, it's going to fill that gap. You're going to come here, pick up a box, or do the trick that you press the button and roll to the door before. Doesn't matter really. And you leave your box here. As I've shown, you can just side hop, backflip, use your slingshot here to open the hello. It's not happening today, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. It seems like a very precise shot. And then you can go to Baronade, but obviously if you need the skulls, you can just come over here and kill this one here. And there's your fourth token. Right, so for job we have 4 skulls, all of them very, very convenient. So all of them are in the convenient category. No A, no way skulls. They're all very right on your way, right there. Let's go for Forest Temple. Each adult dungeon has 5 skulls, if I'm not mistaken. Forest Temple, I think I'm gonna show 4 of them. The final one is way in there. It's gonna take me a while to move the character, so adult places, dungeons, Forest Temple from Meadow. Right, as you come inside Forest Temple, generally if you have the hookshot, which is the case, you just do 3 side hops, 1 roll forward, turn, shoot all the way up. There's a skull there. You're just gonna come over here, pa 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 pa. You get this skull right on the way, very convenient, and then you go and get the chest up there. After the chest, you just open the door. For Forest Temple, generally I always go with bow and nuts. This item configuration is ideal for you to go through the whole dungeon. I'm gonna have a little animation here right now. I'm gonna have to skip. Okay, just line up with the door, back walk. Next skull is gonna be up there, as you can see here. There you go. You're gonna get that one as you're going through the Stalfos room here. You simply look to the right, shoot the skull, bam, you're done. Coming back here, generally you're gonna go to the right side courtyard first. The majority of the seeds you're gonna have a bow coming into Forest Temple. If not, you're gonna need the Song of Time, obviously. Walk a little bit, jump slash, kill this guy. You shoot to this chest here. There we go. Get the chest, get the skull here. Very convenient. Now you do the hookshot vines trick here. I've shown it before, but I'm going to show it again. Basically, you line up with let me kill this octorok. There we go. You see there is a little elevation here that the 2 slopes they connect. So you're going to just place yourself in this elevation. Then you line up with the wall, backflip, neutral roll, and then you simply shoot up, and you're going to reach the vines every time. Pretty cool. Okay, but as we keep going, these are the skulls that you're going to get at the beginning of the dungeon. You press the button, kill this guy. Alright, then you're going to go to the well that has the water, get the chest there, go up through the block of time. It doesn't have collision from the other side, and you start the push block room. When you are going through with the push block room, you're going to come 2 ways. You can either come through this back side here, if you have hover boots, or if you know how to do the jump slash trick that I've shown in my miscellaneous tricks video, or you can come through the other side. Of course, if you twisted the room with a bow, then you come through this door here. There are going to be 2 skulls. You got the boss key chest up there, and then you come through here, and you have this skull here. This skull is very viable, very convenient. I generally skip it if I come from that door over there, because I have to get through the back of Baba, jump in here, get the skull, go all the way back. So just a case if I absolutely need 30 plus skulls, 30, 40, 50, I would say I'd get it. Otherwise, I would skip it. And the final skull that we have here in Forest Temple, let me get my monitor here, is the one in the rotating walls. As you are right before the boss, you're spinning the room around. One of the alcoves has a big skulltula and a little chest and a gold skulltula up on the wall. That one is like really right there. You're gonna have the room in that position anyways. So from these 5 skulls here, I would say that 4 are very convenient, and this one that I'm showing right here, this one here, is also convenient. Is also just a little time loss. So if you're considering skipping any skulls in Forest Temple, I would skip this one for sure. Alright, so back to our spreadsheet here, we have 4 convenient skulls, 1 that is and no unviable skulls in Forest at all. Alright, now we continue to Fire Temple. Let's go. So we warp to Fire Temple from Crater. Okay, so more often than not, you're gonna have the hammer when you come into Fire Temple. I always go to the so-called Check of Legends, which is the single Goron there near the Volvagia room. Generally a good idea to go for it, if I'm honest. I have this room here. I don't have any magic. Let me cheat in some magic for myself here. Inventory amount. There we go. There you go. Obviously you get this room here. Next up, you're gonna go through this one. If you have a long shot, you can be very fast here and kill the skull and shoot before any tiles reach you. If you're not, generally you just come up here, I sword the skull down and get to the token, like no problem at all. I'm gonna get caught here. It's no problem. I suppose I have mirror shield, right? Yeah. Then you go through here, you defeat the flare dancer and keep on going. So this is, I would say, a very convenient skull for sure. I almost always get it. It's right there. There's no need, there's no reason not to. We come to this door here. We get hit by the bats apparently. Okay. Let me equip the Goron tunic here just so we are not on a timer. So first of all, you come to this left room here. Down here there's a trapped Goron with a chest. Up here we have the block of time. I know there is a way to get up there without the Song of Time. I've known how to do it, but I kind of forgot right now, so maybe I'll do that when I do the Fire Temple video, which is coming soon. But yeah, you can just simply play Song of Time, which is generally what I do. This is one of those skulls that's kind of out of the way. It's not unviable by any means. It's decently fast. All you gotta do is just play the song, climb the lock. Make sure you do the second, right? If you play the song as you come in, you're gonna block the entrance to the Goron room, so you're gonna have to play the song again. And then of course you kill the like that is making your life difficult, or at least mine. And then you kill the skull here. You can simply backflip to get the token. Let's keep on going. Now we have 3 more skulls here in Fire Temple. We're not gonna see skulls for a while here. You're gonna go through the other side there, blast the wall open, get the chest, you come up here. I like to do 3 side hops. I missed, but okay, you do 3 side hops, you're right about here, you shoot this general area. Turn left, you can line up here, the side hop, and you're right there to push the block. Slow block pushing. Slow block pushing. We shoot up. Make sure you have two small keys before attempting this area, right? Otherwise you're gonna be a sad person. We come up there, you push the block or you do bomb jump. Doesn't matter really. I'm not focusing on that part here. I'm only focusing on the skull. So I'm gonna jump my way up here. I'm gonna fly my way up here, rather. It's kind of hard to control this, if I'm honest. Okay, so here, just pull the bomb, throw it down there, and we climb. I'm gonna fly, of course, because I'm fancy. We come up to the boulder room. Boulder room, you're gonna go first right side, gonna get the Goron there with the cell, then you come back, and obviously you have some sort of explosive by now, at least a two, and you have the skull here. Just bomb the room and jump slash or use your long shot, and there we go. Now you do this room to my right here, then you're gonna open that door. There's a little platforms, you go to the fire room, and finally you come to this door here. Obviously up here we have the Mr. Scarecrow. You don't need the Scarecrow if you know how to do pixel shot, which is something that I'll probably cover on my fire temple video, but not now. You summon the Scarecrow. Obviously you need to have that set up. You shoot up here with your hook shot, and then you shoot this platform for the two final skulls in the dungeon. I like doing the Scarecrow check more often than not, even though it's not a fast check because there's two skulls here. And yeah, two skulls is good. I'm a fan. So you simply roll here, climb up. One skull is going to be right here. You kill it. Don't bother getting the token since you're going to have to climb anyways. You collect the token as you're going up. Finally, you go to this door, and the final skull is going to be to your left here. Right? So those are the 5 skulls from Fire Temple. Let's go back to the monitor here. So out of those, 4 are very convenient, which are the one right before the first Flare Dancer, area you open with the Megaton Hammer, the one in the bombable wall on the boulder room, and these 2 that I just shown in the Scarecrow area. One of them is it's a time loss, but you can do it, which is the one that requires the single time. And no skulls in fire are really unviable or too time consuming to get. Let's go for Water Temple. So now, maybe I can. Cheats. Energy and magic, please. We want to warp to Water Temple from Lake. Alright, Water Temple has 5 skulls as well. I would say the Water Temple is the place that I least collect skulls for one reason or another. It's a dungeon that I tend to do very late in the process. So let's go. We start out here. You're gonna please die. There we go. You can start with this Stinger's room here. Kinda it's not the fastest way to go through the dungeon, if I'm honest, but you can do it. If you have the long shot and goat scale, you can enter Water Temple and do this without iron boots, which I'm gonna do because it takes a while. Oh my god. I've never seen it like this. There we are swimming as she talks to us. She wants to save Zorda, man. She's gonna be my wife. And there she goes. I'm gonna keep the fast forward going here because why not? There we go. You're gonna come in here, do this room. If you want to do the cracked wall below, you can use the hover boots, or you can use a chew here. I just show the chew strat really fast. So you pull it up, wait 1, 2, 3, 4 flashes. I think this is right, it's 4 flashes. Yeah, and then it opens. You simply put on your iron boots, hook shot the chest, spam A, and you're gonna get it. No skulls yet, right? Right, so you come down here, you're gonna do the fire torches here, shooting each one. There's some shell enemies in there. First skull we're gonna see is the one to the left here. I'm gonna show it simply for, well, let me save state here, because you don't want to come back. You're gonna bomb this. There we go. I think you can do this with the scale. We'll see. I don't have a scale. Well, oh, you can, even with a silver scale, right? Now this is one of those skulls that I would say, like, no way, I never get this skull. There's absolutely no chance. This is very slow. I'm gonna press the button. You see that I had to go through a place that has no checks, then bomb a wall, then come up here. And there are also these tactites that are gonna be our friends. And you get the crystal, and finally here's the skull. So let's be honest, you're never getting the skull unless it's Dungeon Skull Sanity, in which case maybe you want to get it. Another thing you can do here is this boss key check here. You need 2 keys for it. Generally what I do is save scum these keys. You can long shot up there. You can also back walk with your hover boots and backflip. I've shown this in my water temple video that I did a couple months ago. So feel free to look it up. You can do a precise jump here. This is not a good alignment. You can do a precise jump, or you can use with hover boots. Is absolutely free. I'm gonna try it once. If I get it, great. If I don't, it's fine too. Not gonna focus on that. It's not the point of the video. There we go. Just line up here. It's not good. I'll try one more time. It's not too difficult a thing to get, to be honest. There we go. Easy. You're gonna get hit by the rock apparently, and the skull that you want is right here. Right. Quick thing, if you don't have the iron boots and you're doing the dungeon, which is possible with Goat's Cave, you can also get through this next part just simply jumping here and using the momentum to go down this path, and finally you open this door here. So that is the second skull. This skull is on the way, I would say, yes, but it's kind of rare that I get it because, as I said, I save scum the 2 keys I use to get to this chest. So if I get to the chest and it has nothing, I simply reset, and I reset the skull itself that I just got. So I wouldn't say it's unviable, but it's, yeah, maybe not. We have the middle pillar here, which is our next skull. Generally, you're going to be coming from the upper side. If you want to get up there fast, there's a good strat you can do here, which is basically coming up to this area. We probably have a long shot since you came to Water Temple. So you should appear, and bam, you're done. Just get your bows, your bow and arrow, and shoot through. There's one here. And this is the dreaded central pillar check, for which is the only check that you absolutely need the iron boots in this dungeon, and there's a skull way up there for which you need the long shot to get. This is the one skull that I would say that is convenient in Water Temple, because very frequently you're going to do this check. Thing is, Water Temple is very fast. Generally, you just want to get the boss key and get out, unless you have a way to hero hint. So you're going to minimize the checks, and all the checks that you're going to do first are not going to involve the areas that have skulltulas. This is the one skull that I would say is okay for you to get. It's not a huge issue at all. Actually, I made a mistake. I wanted to bring the water up. Actually, I want to shoot the third level, right? Yeah, I want the water to the third level. Let's climb here. So this is the skull coming up to our boy Darklink. This is another skull that could be considered convenient, but the problem is, once again, you almost never want to do the Darklink area. As all the other skulls here in Water Temple mostly is how many skulls you get depend on how far you go into the dungeon, but the skull is right here, right? And finally, I'm gonna load state here because I don't want to fight Darklink. And the final skull that I'm gonna show is the one that is in the river area. I can't get from the back, alright, I'm gonna just describe it. I think that's fine. Let me kill the stacktite first. Alright. Monitor full here. So the final skull I'm talking about here in the water temple is the one on the river chest. Let me see a picture of it here. Yeah, it's this one. As you're going through the river here, after you defeat the Darklink and play the Song of Time, there's this skull up here that you can get. You simply need the hookshot and the iron boots. I mean, if you get to that area, sure, get the skull, but I mean, if you have to get to this area here, it has been a very slow water temple for sure. Right? So water temple is a strange place that you generally want to stay as little time as possible, not get many skulls. So one skull is completely unviable, which is the one where you have to go through a single area that you have to reach that I just shown. So that one, no way. The other four, let's see. I would say the central pillar one is okay. That one is fine. That one I would say is convenient. You simply reach with a long shot. The other three, by the boss key chest on the river, and as you go through Darklink, those three, I mean, if you go to those areas, sure, you get the skulls, but I would say all meh for sure. Now, Shadow Temple. Shadow Temple, as with all adult dungeons, 5 skulls. So we're going to warp to Shadow Temple from Graveyard. Shadow Temple is a very long dungeon. We're going to start out coming here. The door is locked. Let me pull out the good old Lens of Truth here. It's this one, right? Let's fast forward this because I don't have fast block pushing on, so. Can me, please? Thank you. Right. Obviously, you have the 2 checks back there, the Redad and the Dead Hand. No skulls there. These next 2 checks here as well, which is the Gibdo room and the spinning blade room with the silver piece. Also no skulls there, so we keep going. We're gonna come through here. You can use nuts to stun the spiders. Oh, it's low on the last one, alright. Never good getting hit by the blade, but fine. So we haven't seen a single skull up to this point, right? Just so you know. All the skulls in Shadow Temple here are kinda late. So you're gonna go through this area here and to the left. I'm just gonna float there. There we go. We come here. You generally want to do this area with your trusty bow. I start by the like, shoot an arrow. A bit back here. Then there's one. Then the like again. Then there's that here. And finally this one here. Now we simply back walk all the way. So this is the first skulltula that you have in the dungeon. Very fast, very convenient. You simply bam, bada bing, bada boom. Got the skull, 2 chests. Keep in mind there's an invisible chest here, don't forget. So that is the first skull. We have 5, as we all know. Next one is going to be in the spike trap room. It's going to float up there. Obviously, you're going to go with your trusty hover boots. Let's get all the silvers here. And spike trap room is a room that I have shown in my miscellaneous trip tips video. It is a room that you really want to do in a fast manner. So you're going to come down here, bam, get the chest. Now careful to not get crushed. The second skull you've got is right here. On the rare cases you don't have hook shots, I think you can bomb jump to the skull. Let me test. From time to time you are on the unfortunate case, yeah, you can't. That you have to do Shadow Temp without a hook shot. Not very frequent, but hey. I will line up with this, you backflip, and then keep on going. Just get a chest up there, and then press the button on the final chest. So those are 2 skulls, both. You can't really skip anything in Shadow Temple, so I would say they are convenient in the sense that you can't do much here to speed up your Shadow Temple experience. You come up here, you're gonna want to get the silver rupees and kill the redads. Get this one. If you have a Guard Tonic, you don't take damage from the spikes in this room, which is good. Now this one, and finally you want to put on your hovers and hover to this one. I'm not gonna do it because going to the hover boots menu is quite a. If you have 4 hours when there's a good trick you can do here to save some time, avoid killing the bats. I do recommend you always do it. If you have FW and magic, of course. You're gonna throw the FW there, ignore the bats. Just come here, line up to the wall. Our third skull is right there, very convenient. Throw the ball, make sure it's in. Don't miss like I did. And you come down here, get the skull. And then you get the item, which is a small key in this case. And then finally you use Furrow's Wind again. And you're here. Alright. So you avoid having to kill all the 4 bats. A decently fast way of doing it. This next room here, you really want the iron boots for it. I'm gonna equip them. I am not a huge fan of doing this room without irons. Very possible. Not the funnest experience in my honest opinion. Up here, you shoot up to the thing here. Side hop, line up to the wall. Just keep side hopping all the way. This next room here has no skulltulas. I'm feeling like I skipped the skull. No, I've shown 3 so far. Yeah, that's correct. Shown 3, and we have still 2 to go. I actually missed, which sucks because I have to do this part again. I'm usually doing that from the door. I didn't have the angle right. Well, yes, that's how the cookie crumbles. Please shoot. There we go. I'm gonna save state here, just in case I fall again. Alright, just being a careful guy here. Right, let's go up from here. Nice. There we go. We made it. I have an invisible chest here that you can get, and then you're gonna stun the Gyptos. What I like doing is just throwing hook shot to roll out of the way of the plot, and then jump slash, do the same for the next one. A chest appears, and you go through the door. Now I have the boat area. Boat area. If you pull your um, ocarina here, you can play the Scarecrow song. It's gonna spawn there. You can reach that Scarecrow with just a hook shot. What you gotta do is pull that block. Let me point it. Pull that block down there. You're gonna pull it right about to the middle here, and then you climb on the block and shoot. If you're coming from this part that I am here, you do need the long shot. And then finally, you obviously get the skull up here. I wouldn't say it's the most convenient skull. Out of all the 3 skulls that we've seen so far, this is the one that you're really like, I'm gonna get it. If I absolutely need it, we can do something here to speed up matters. But generally, it's a skull that I don't get. Right, so this is outside the boss room. I'm gonna show the final skull here, which is in the invisible maze area. Another one that might accrue some time loss if you want to get it. So obviously that is the other side from the boat that you just came in. Ideally, this room right here, you're gonna use Dense Fire, 2 chests. The final one there has a Floor Master and 1 check. And this room here that I can't seem to get through is the one that has the skulltula. So this is the skulltula that I never get unless I absolutely need to get to 50 or something like that. It's right here. Right, so that is Shadow Temple, 5 skulls for you. The first three are very convenient, right on the way. You're gonna have to do the rooms anyways, so might as well get them. And then 2 of those I would consider A. Yeah, I would consider them A. There's no way skull. Maybe this last one that is in the room all by itself, you could consider no way. But to be honest, it's not a huge time loss. You're coming from the Dense Fire room. You make a little detour there, hookshot the thing twice, come back. It's fine. It's not a huge time loss at all. And also the skull by the boat that you need to spot the Scarecrow. That one is even more of a time loss, maybe you could consider, but still doable. Right, let's go for Spirit Temple. Retro Arch. Spirit Temple, there is 1 skull that you're gonna be locked to get it as child. So I'm gonna show that one. And then we're gonna do the other ones as Adult Link, though you can do 2 of them as Child Link as well. From Colossus, right, so here's you getting inside Spirit Temple with your, oh my god, there's no more. Nothing really. Issues we have with the practice room. Sure, I'll go through the hole. I'll get the sewer gauntlets. Just you watch. Sure. Right, there she goes. We go in the hole. I'm gonna keep the fast forward going here. Right now, you have the bats. I like killing the bats from the door here. You can go and use the targeting, whatever. It's up to you. I have the armos here. I'm gonna jump slash him. And you come in through here. Get the seeds apparently. Pull with your stick. There are 2 torches here that you're gonna light up with your stick. And then you come to this side. I have Dense Fire, you can skip that room because you can light them up with Dense. And you come to this bad boy here. I love doing this part with slingshot way better than with boomerang ammo. There's your first chest. You come through here. The skull I'm gonna show you can get it with the boomerang from the other side, but to be honest, I always get it from this side because it's a lot faster. Just let go immediately, and doors open. Now we have this bat here. The chest is not spawned here because it didn't light the torches, but there would be a chest here ordinarily. Now careful with the wall master. This big boy here you can get with your slingshot or simply jump slash. Now you can get the token from the other side. You simply line up with the wall here and then you go to the right, and you're gonna get the token every time. This is the one skull that you can only get as Child Link in Spirit Temple. It's a very convenient one. I get it every time, unless I don't need skulls anymore. So, yeah. Next up, you have the adult side of Spirit Temple. Two of the skulls that I'm going to show you can get as Child Link as well. You're going to push the block here. I don't have silvers. Let's change that. Inventory, I think it's quest items. No, it's something else. It's equipment and items. Yeah, it's strength upgrade. Sure. There we go. Fast forward here. Very slow block pushing. Alright, so you come here, you're going to shoot the crystal. Left side you have a chest that is spawnable with the Zelda's Lullaby. I have to shoot the crystal. And right side you have 5 silver rupees and a chest behind a light like. You have to make sure that you get the crystals here first, so I would generally do, well, don't miss. If you're me, don't miss. You get these 1, 2, 3, 4 silver rupees. Then you go in the door right there, get your chest. As you're coming back, you have a skulltula here. That is convenient. I would say it's convenient. You have to wait out the time to play the song, but it's no big deal really. And there is the block gone. You simply go in and get the skull. Right? So this is the first. This one obviously you can only get to the outside. I would say it's decently convenient. No big deal at all. As you come through here, careful, line up with the left, otherwise this like is gonna have fun with you. We have 2 chests here. Not showing the chest, but focusing on the skulls, right? Have to push the statue. Let's fast forward. There we go. You got the 2 chests there. There we go. You come up here. Generally, you're gonna go from up to this hand here. Players Zelda's Lullaby, 2 chests spawn. 1 up here. The one on the other hand. You come down here. If you have a fire source, you can do this with dints or fire arrows. If not, you can go with Child Link. Pick up the fire from the torch up there and light these 2. And now we come up to the 3rd skull in the dungeon, which you can get both as adult and Child Link. If you're as Child Link, obviously you're coming from the lower side. This is a skull that I would consider convenient. There is only one caveat, and that if you don't have a hookshot or boomerang, you have to jump to get the token, and then you have to climb all the way back, which is a time loss for sure. It's like, I'd say 15 seconds, give or take. But yeah, not the worst skull in the world for sure. It's one that I decently frequently get. Your 4th skull is going to be that one. You can reach that area with hovers or with hookshot. If you have the Scarecrow song, you're going to spawn him right here and get the skull. And then I like getting the skull because you just jump down here and get the chest right after. So pretty good. So that is our 4th skull. And the final skull is going to be up here in this area. You can get this one as Child Link if you're using flame storage to do the torches. Another trick that I've shown in my miscellaneous tricks. If you're coming as adult link, you can use fire arrows or dense fire even. Dense fire is not the easiest setup. You can miss it very easily, but it's very possible. You can also do it with just bow and arrow using. You can position yourself. I'm not very familiar with that trick, to be entirely honest. Don't have the general need, and your final skull is right here. So this skull is the one that I would say it's not no way it's inconvenient, because if you do this as child and you have a boomerang, then sure, get the skull. If you're doing this as adult and you have a long shot, generally what I do is come from the other side. I kill the iron knuckle there and I shoot my way to the silver gauntlet's chest that is on this side of the temple. And yeah, and then I never come back here, because obviously that would entail killing another iron knuckle simply for a gold skulltula token. So yeah, this is a skulltula that maybe not. Right, so in Spirit 5 skulls, the one on child side, very easy, very simple. The one by the block of time, decently okay as well. The one in the Lizalfo's room that has 2 chests and the skulltula that you bomb, okay, you just have to jump, which is a minor time loss. The one that is on the main room with the statue that you have to reach with hovers or the scarecrow is very fast, but you do have these 2 item requirements, either hovers or the scarecrow song and hookshot, and then you have this final skull, which is a bit out of the way. So coming to our spreadsheet here, I would say 4 of the skulls are decently okay, and one of them is no, there are no way you can get the skulls if you want to. It's not the end of the world or anything. Let's go for bottom of the well. Bottom of the well, only one skull really is viable there, in my opinion. I mean, if you're desperate for skulltula tokens, then sure, there's 2 others that you could get, but from Kakariko. There we go. We start our bottom of the well here. The 2 skulls here, they are more important considering Dungeon Skull Sanity IMO. So bottom door is a place that you can do decently fast. The first skull that you have is in this door here. There's an invisible path right around here, okay. So you can make your way to this skull. You obviously need a slingshot. Actually, you need a boomerang to get it. This is a skull that I would consider no way. It's no way, it's A. Because generally you get small keys on a later part of the dungeon, and you're gonna have to use a small key to get to the skull, obviously, so okay. And now you have this skull here, which you do need the boomerang for as well. Another one that is alright. If you do need the tokens, maybe go for the skull, but it's a time loss and never get those skulls, especially because you do need the boomerang. And as you all well know, boomerang is one of those items that never seems to appear up until the end of the seed. And now the final skull is right up here. This is the only one that I would consider convenient in the well here. Just backflip, 1, 2, 3, get up here. Make sure you shoot the skulltula as you get in, because the light is going to be in a bad position to attack you. So you shoot the skull twice, get out of the way because the light is going to reach you, and from here you use your boomerang and get the token there. Right? So that is the one skull here in well that I would say is convenient. So let's get back to our spreadsheet here. On bottom door we have 1 convenient and 2 that are A. I mean, they're fast to get for sure, but you have to spend a small key and you need the boomerang for all 3 of them. Ice Cavern, we have 3 skulltulas, all of them very convenient. They're all on round the way if you have the hookshot. So let's see here, warps. We go to adults, places, dungeons, Ice Cavern, from Fountain. Right. So you come in Ice Cavern here. generally want to kill these guys with a spinning attack if you have magic. Get all of them one pass, and then you get this one. Have big horns, obviously, even easier. First skull, you don't need to break these, right? You can just roll through. First skull is going to be right up here. This one, I mean, there's no way you miss the skull because you have to break these to get the silver rupee. So just bada bing bada boom, get it. I'm going to spawn a blue fire here on my equipment and items. That's a fairy, right? I think that's a fairy. That's blue fire, right? Let's make it 2 blue fires. There we go. So then you go up on the room there. You get your first check, get a blue fire or 2 even. Then you come down here. This next skull is also right on the way. Oops. No way to miss it, and you're gonna have to see what item is here anyway, so just break it. Maybe you need the item, maybe you don't. Your next skull is right here. Right? That is another one. And finally you're gonna go to the push block room. Block push room. And the final score is going to be, I'm showing this more for a completionist point of view because obviously I think you guys know where the skulls are, but hey, why not? So the final score is right up there. You can reach it with the hook shot, no problem, from the pillar as you get your silver rupee. Alright, so those are the 3 skulls you have in Ice Cavern, all of them very convenient. Let me just check if it's 3, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 anyways. Ice Cavern, 3 skulls, there we go. And finally GTG has no skulls. Right? So let's make some totals here. Equal sum from B2 to B14. So we have 28 skulls. We have 28 skulls that are convenient in dungeons, 13 that are and 3 that are no way. So there is, like, if you need 30 skulls very frequently, you can get mostly all of them from dungeons, no problem. Alright, now let's get to the real problem, which is the overworld. So let's go area by area. Alright, there is a consideration that you might say in terms of routing. I mean, how would you route the skull? So I'm gonna do it this way. Convenient skulls are gonna be those that you want to get, like, no matter what. They're right there. Or if they are on nighttime, they are on a place that you don't need Sansong to. So let's say, for example, Kakariko. Kakariko has 5 skulls, right? Those 5 skulls, they're only gonna spawn at night, but if you enter there, time is not gonna pass. So you can take your time and get all the 5 skulls, no problem. Now let's say you're in Zora's River. Zora's River, there's a few skulls there, but time is passing constantly. So unless you have Sansong, you're not guaranteed to have a skull that you want right there. So yeah, maybe consider that. So if we have a skull that is easy to get, but it's in an area that you do need a Sansong to make sure that it's spawned, then I'm going to consider it an A skull, right? And then no A skulls are going to be those that you're never going to get. Let's start from Kokiri Forest here. I'm going to show some and some. I'm going to make this more of an analysis, right? Let's make this side by side now. And unless a skull is like very obscure, I'm gonna be satisfied here with simply describing the skull. Right, so first of all we have Nighttime Child. It's in the back of the Know-It-All Brothers house. That is the house that is by the Kokiri Sword hole that you enter. This skull we get decently frequently if you save warp from an overworld place that is nighttime. It's going to be nights in the Kokiri Forest, so you get this skull right here. So this is one that I would consider convenient. You have the patch 1. There are 9 patches in the game. There are 10 actually, but 9 of those have skulls. You simply throw bugs and get the skull. This one is convenient, but it's a time loss because it's all the way by the side of the shop. You have to throw the bug, you have to wait for the skull to come out, and then you kill the skull. So this one I'm going to consider A, alright? And then this final one, which is on top of the house of the twins. This is the closest house to the entrance to the deco tree. It's only there at nighttime. This is code that I never get because I don't know, I don't find myself often in that area as Adult Link. I'm generally in the Forest Temple area, and you come to the general Kokiri Forest area as adult as you finish the Forest Temple, but then it's daytime or every time. So yeah. So I'm gonna consider 1 as convenient, 1 as A, and 1 as no way. Right? Let's go for the Lost Woods. Lost Woods 3 skulls. We have 2 in patches. These 2 I'm gonna consider A because patches are easy enough, but you need the bug and everything. And then finally, you have 1 that you need to plant magic beans to reach. This is not true per se. I'm gonna show it. This is one of the cases that I want to show. So let's warp here to Overworld, Lost Woods from Forest. There we go. I saw. I want to play Song of Time here. Hang on. Song of Time, no Sun Song. I come from this entrance here. Okay, so I'm gonna need shoes. I'm gonna need the ocarina. Obviously, you're never planting the bean there. You're never planting that bean to get 1 skull. So, I mean, oh, now it's daytime. Well, I thought it was daytime. But if it's nighttime and you're coming through, then you can get the skull. Mind is here. Sure, let's play the song. You can do Mind Escape, obviously. This is in my miscellaneous tricks video, I think. Pretty sure. It's out of the way. Now the skull we're talking about is here in the theater area. Right? Yeah, it's up here. Let me show you where it is. It is up here, as you can see. So you're gonna line up maybe with a final end here, you throw a chew, and then as you come back here, you can with a. It's kind of like the Dodongo's shot. You can get it there, right? So this is a skull that you can get. I don't know if you can get it with a hook shot. Seems a bit far. Maybe we should test that later. But yeah, this is a skull that you can get. As adult, is it convenient? It's up to you. Really, it's up to you. So we have 2 patches, and then we have this one nighttime. I think I'm gonna consider this one A as well, because it's a static place. So if it's nighttime, you can get that guaranteed. But you do need a chew, and you do need long shot, maybe hook shot. I haven't tested, but yeah. Let's go Sacred Forest Meadow. There is a single skull. It's Lone Ladder by the end of the maze. This one is, I think the picture here speaks for itself. As you get out of the Forest Temple pad, there's a big guy with a, I don't know, a mallet there showing stuff at you. You climb the stairs, you look left, the skull is going to be right there. This one is really convenient, okay? If you have Sun Song, all the better, just play it and get the skull. So this is one that I decently frequently get if you find yourself here daytime. Hyrule Field. Hyrule Field, we have 2 skulls. We have 1 corner between Hyrule Castle and Kakariko Village. You place a bomb and then you get with the boomerang or hook shot. And then you have this one that it's by Gerudo Valley. There's a cow here as well, which for cow sense is an important place to know. You can bomb it as kid, or you can use the hammer as adult and then bomb the hole. Then you need dense fire arrows to take the webs out of the way, and then you get the skull with boomerang or hook shot. I mean, these 2, come on, you're never gonna get them. These 2 are easy, no ways. Unless it's Overworld, Skull Sanity, you're just whatever. Hyrule Castle Town Market, you have 1 on the crate here. This one, I actually want to show it because I get it decently frequently. And one thing that you might find yourself happening to you, our castle from, it's not really, I want market, right? Hey, sure, let's go higher castle, then I walk there. I keep the fast forward going here. So yeah, you've just come here from Deku Tree or from Kokiri Forest. If you already saw a hint that you need like 50 skulls or 40 skulls or something major like that, I just come here, but more often than not I get the skull. If you don't have any weapons, which is frequent, as you're coming here at the beginning of the game, you can simply throw a pot, right, and that's gonna kill the skull. So this is a token that you wanna get. You get a token, backflip, side hop, get out the door, right? So let's get back to our spreadsheet here. So the one in market, for sure, very convenient. Great skull to get. Castle and Genus Castle. So in Haru Castle we have the one by the tree here. You simply, the melon's there singing by the side, you get the egg from her. And then you roll into the tree and kill the skull with, I don't know, bomb, slingshot, deku, stick, whatever. Very convenient one. There is one inside the main Haru Castle. After, as you're getting to Talon, she's sleeping there, you play Song of Storms near the tree and then you bomb a wall and then there's a skull there. Let's be honest, you come to this place like only once through the game. And yeah, I mean, I would never go back to this skull unless it's skull sanity. And finally you have the one in Genos Castle. This is adult, of course. There's this arch here, this archway, as you're going to the outside of Genos Castle Ferry that has double defense in vanilla. And you can get the skull here with a hook shot. I think you can get it without the hook shot as well, the backflip, but I haven't tried it in a long time. This one is very convenient as well. The only problem is it's a bit of a detour because you have to go to Genos Castle, get the skull, and then you have to come all the way back. But if you're warping out, say, I don't know, you're gonna do 4-step, for example, and you have Minuet, then what you can do is you come out of the Temple of Time, you get the skull, and then you warp. So then you're gonna lose like what, 15, 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, getting the skull, which is alright. Okay, so this one is good. I would consider I get it if I do need tokens quite a lot, but it's infrequent. So we have one of each category here in this general area. Long range, we have the one in the lone tree. You simply bonk the tree and get a skull. This one obviously very convenient. And you have 3 skulls here. The one on the back of the stables here, on the south side of the range, you can get it without any items. And then you have 2 that need the boomerang, one in Talon's house and one on the back of the range. These 3, well, at least the first one here, they are decently fast to get and you don't have any requirements and time doesn't pass here. The problem is you only want to get to long range like once a race. You go there, do chickens, get the song, do the back of the range, bam, you're out. You're never getting back there. So in that regard, I would consider these 3 skulls inconvenient. I would consider them no way in the sense that even though they are easy and they don't have very high item requirements, I would only go for them if I absolutely need tokens like desperately. Alright. Okay, we have 5 skulls here in Kakariko Village, actually 6 with the adult one. So these ones I think every one of you guys are very familiar with. You have one bonking the tree, you have one near the guard that you give Zelda's Letter to, you have one on the high tower that you climb to get to the man on roof. That one you need either the slingshot or bomb cheese to get. You have one on the construction site, and finally you have one by the goat skulltula house. So these 5, everyone gets them, very convenient. Very low item requirements, and time is static in Kakariko Village. And you can also pair these skulls with a Dampe check, the grave digging tour. So these 5 skulls, I mean, you're gonna get them pretty much every game if you need tokens. There is one on top of Impa's house. You need the hookshot to reach this area. This one is not terrible, I guess, but I don't get it too frequently because I don't know. Generally, adult I want to be on daytime, Kakariko to do Anju, and then I don't keep going to Kakariko back and forth that much. So this one I'm going to put it on A, because it's static time. If you have Sun Song, you can get it, sure, but maybe not the best. Graveyard, we have two. One of them is near the grave that you play Sun Song. Should read that to spawn a chest. You need the boomerang for that one, and then you have a patch one. All patch ones I'm going to categorize as A because it's a little bit of a time loss. And the one here that you need the boomerang, this is decently convenient, especially if you have Nocturne. It's fine. So I would consider this one convenient if you have the boomerang, right? That mountain trail. We don't have many photos here. Let's read. After clearing the boulder to the entrance of Dodongo's cavern, you see a patch of soft soil. Alright, so this is the patch in front of Dodongo's. This one I'm gonna consider no way, even though it's a patch, because there are no warp pads near. You have to bomb the rock and then use the thing. So it's one of the patches that I wouldn't do very frequently. But I'm gonna keep consistent here. I'm gonna consider this one A, right? Because it's a patch. Let's see, before you reach the Dongo's Cavern, suspicious wall. This is the wall as you are coming out of Kakariko Village. There's a skull there, very noticeable. You simply bomb the wall and get it. This one's super convenient. I get it all the time, especially after finishing the Dongo's Cavern. Just bomb the wall, get the skull. You can get it with the jump slash as well. Don't need hookshot per se. And then we have two that are blocked by hammer. There is one near the bomb flower on top of the Dongo's Cavern, and there is one in the middle of the path climbing that mountain trail. These two you can get with some glitches. You can like use a spinning attack to kill the skulltula and then backflip into it, or use a hookshot. Maybe you learn those tricks. I mean, it's up to you. And it has to be nighttime because this is a place that time passes. So these two I'm gonna consider no way. Just not in the sense that they're terrible to get, but you do need to practice, and they're not that convenient. It's infrequent that I get these goals, unless I'm really desperate. The mountain crater, we have two. First of all, you have one that is in the crate. It's top of the crater, child side. I mean, let's be honest, you're never getting this goal. Who's gonna climb that mountain trail as that mountain crater as child? Nobody. And you have one with a patch that you need Bolero Fire as kid. This one, as all patches, I'm gonna consider A. It's a bit of time loss, but sure, go for it. At least it's right by the pad, so it's okay. Ground City, we have two. One of these is in the Goron Maze. There's a box back there. You roll into the box, and there's a skulltula. This skulltula is only there as Child Link. And this is why I'm going to categorize this one as either no way or A. I'm going to categorize this as no way, to be honest, because generally you want to do the maze as adult, either with the hammer or the silvers, because you can also do the chest, left side there. But yeah, if you're desperate, sure, go for this one. And then there's one as adult link behind the little center platform there. This one's super easy, just jump slash. You can shoot through with a hook shot. Very convenient. Or if you don't have a hook shot, you can just carefully backflip and let yourself go. Alright, Zora's River. Let's see, Zora's River. Start the river. There's a tree. You simply roll into the tree. Skulltula drops. You kill it. This one's super convenient. No reason not to get it, really. Nighttime Child. There is one on the ladder that you climb. This one is kind of rare for me to get, both because it has to be nighttime in Zora's River, and you need to have Sun Song or be lucky, I guess. And also, if you're doing chicken or cocoa entry inside Zora's domain, then you're going to lose the cocoa, so you're going to skip that one. So this one I'm going to categorize as A, because if you have Sun Song, it's convenient. It's right there. If you're like making a Rachel job, for example, or handing in Roto's ladder, should do Ice Cavern. But yeah. And then you have two. One is to the left of the open grotto, or to the right of the open grotto rather. It says you need a long shot. I don't know. It seems to me like you can reach this with a hook shot. Let's see. This one I want to test. Let's hang on. You want to be adult link here. So adult. We want to go to Zora's River from Fieldland. So the tree one that I'm talking is right here, right? You guys know. Fortunately, we can fly here, and then there's a ground which I accidentally entered. Actually, let me downgrade to the hookshot here because I want to test this. Inventory, equipment and items. Let's go for a hookshot. There we go. Now we re-equip hookshot. So the skull I'm talking about is this one. Oh, obviously you can reach with the hookshot. What are you talking about? There we go. And now the final skull here in river. Since I'm already here, I'm gonna show them to you. Sorry. The final skull is gonna be up here. I'm gonna play some song here. This is a skull that is easy to get. The problem is I always seem to fall into the river, but this is just me being dumb. And the skull is gonna spawn right here, I think. Yeah, there it is. You can reach it with the hookshot. The problem is you need to get on top of this fence, so you want to jump into the fence and pull back. Otherwise, you're going to fall into the river. This skull is simple, but I tend to fail it a lot, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. See? I have a problem staying on top of this. Oh, if you have a long shot, obviously not a problem. Oh, I'm dumb. All you gotta do is just push until he jumps and then you stop pushing. There we go. Easy. And now finally you get the skull here. Alright, so let's get back to the monitor here. We have then, let's see, this one is convenient, the one that roll into the tree, and this one on this tree that I've just shown, and the one that I described as child on the ladder. If you have Sun Song, I mean, sure, I'm gonna consider them all A, but yeah. Zora's Domain, there's only one. It's on the right side of the waterfall. It has to be nighttime. So you're going to get up to King Zora, you go to the waterfall, look left before you fall. The skulltula is right there. If you have Sunsong, this one is convenient, okay? But I'm gonna give this one an A rating because you do need Sunsong for it. It's infrequent that I enter Zora's Domain as adult nighttime and you don't have a warp pad near, so you're not guaranteed the time of day you want there. So yeah. Zora's Fountain. Let's see. Roam into the tree near the Great Fairy Fountain for another gold skulltula. This is good to get after you do Jabu. So you finish Jabu, you go to the Fairy Fountain or at least get the Hindstone there. Simply roam into the tree. The skulltula is right there. So pretty easy. Now this one. Run up to the giant log that is right of Jabu, and then there's a gold skulltula up there. You shoot the boomerang twice, get it. Very inconvenient. This one I'm gonna put as no way for sure because it has to be nighttime, so you need Sunsong, and when you finish Jabu, it's gonna be daytime, and you also need the boomerang. So I never get this goal. I'm gonna be honest with you. And finally, there's this one here. You lift up the silver boulder, and then there's 4 invisible skulltulas, and then you go and use the long shot. I mean, this one is the most complicated skulltula in the game, in my opinion. So that's an easy no way for us. I'm not even going to show the skull because it's very contrived to get it. Let's go Lake Hylia. Lake Hylia. We have 5 skulls. Nice. First of all, we have a patch, so this one is by default an A for us. We have one on the back side of the lab. You can get it to the boomerang. You can also get it with a deco stick if you do a precise jump slash. It's decently precise, especially after you kill the skull. You have to reach the token as you fall. So yeah, this one I'm also going to categorize as A, especially if you have the boomerang. It's not terrible. And Lake Hylia is not a place that is too hard to get nighttime, unlike Zora's River, for example, because even if you don't have Sunsong, you can warp there with Serenade and get some sliver of nighttime to get a couple skulls. There is one on the secluded island as you get the fire arrows. There's a skulltula there on the left side pillar. This one is decently convenient. I mean, it's a bit out of the way, but sure. If you have Sunsong, this is very fine. You can get it. So this is another A from me. There's one on top of the tree. it needs to be nighttime. You're going to use the long shot. This is a kind of a high item requirement if you ask me, and you need the sun song. So this one I'm going to categorize as no way, only because of the requirements. But sure, if you have Serenade and you have sun song and you have the long shot, sure, get the skulltula. What the hell? And finally, you have one inside the lab. This one, if you're doing the lab dive with iron boots, out of logic, which basically you just take off the iron boots as you're hookshotting the crate. This one is basically free. You just run into the crate, kill the skull, it's right there. This one is very convenient for sure. Gerudo Valley. Gerudo Valley. Gerudo Valley, we have 4 skulls. So we have this one by the waterfall, nighttime, and the little waterfall that you need the boomerang to reach. This one is not too bad. The problem is you need to get to this place as child. And generally you want to do Gerudo Valley early on in the game because there are 2 sphere 0 checks there, and it connects with the owl for the castle. So this one I'm gonna place in either A or no way, like it's up to you. It's low item requirement, but it's very out of the way. Like this is desperation time if you need tokens. I'm gonna put it on A, but yeah. You have a patch down here. This one is also an A from me because, as I said, this is a place that you come generally early in the game, so you're not gonna have any bottles, maybe one. You're not gonna have collected any bugs by now, probably. So you're gonna go through this patch and don't think of it. And next time you need it, you're gonna be like, oh man, I gotta go back there. So yeah, it's easy, but in terms of timing, not the best. And we have 2 here as adults. These ones I will actually consider as convenient, though it's a time passes here. So maybe you're not lucky enough to reach this point as night, but you're coming on to GTG here, so for sure you have quite a few songs here. You obviously have all 3 songs from Child's side. You probably have the Song of Storm Shack and Minuet Bolero by now, so the likelihood you have Sun Song is decent. And there's 2 schools right by each other, one behind the carpenter stand and one on the archway near the hammers, the hammer rocks. So these ones I'm gonna consider actually convenient, even though you might need the Sun Song check, but they're very, very right there. Gerudo Fortress, we have 2. One of them is near the chest. There's a little alcove to the right as you go to the chest that you summon with the scarecrow. And there's a skulltula right there. This one is convenient. I get it decently frequently. What's gotta be is nighttime. If you've come from the valley here, nighttime, got these 2 skulls, you can segue into this next skull here. Then you play some song and do horseback archery. Very frequent route for me. And you have one here on the back of the target. Like this one is super out of the way, and you can't do horseback archery because it's nighttime. So this is an easy no way for me. Wasteland, you have this skull, it's right here. If you're doing Wasteland or if you're doing reverse Wasteland, you just maybe use Dense Fire here to light torches, get the skull. This one is a convenient for me, for sure. I mean, don't go out of your way to get the skull or anything, but it's okay to get it. And Desert, we have a patch one. That's always an A from me. At least it's near the pad, so it's fine. You also might have to plant the bean. You have one on the palm tree here. Let's see. Back of the crown, the palm tree near the dried up pools. There's gold skulltula. Actually, I don't know where the skulltula is. I'm gonna find this with you guys. This is gonna be a never for me, just because it never occurs to me to get there. Desert Colossus from Wasteland, sure. Let me see here, generally. On the back of the crown, the palm tree near the dried up pool. Alright, let's see what. Always a pleasure fighting levers. Oh, I think it's gonna be right there. This is a skull that I never get, and you guys can easily see why. Yeah, it's right there. Here you go. You can get it with a hook shot. I wonder if the levers come down here, do they? No, they don't. Can you go reach to the other side? Seems like no. Yeah, the problem here is fending off the levers, but I mean, it's right there. You can get it. This is no way for me because it's on the other side of the pad there. Maybe you're desperate. And then since I'm here, there's a final one on this rock here by the fairy fountain. You do need the bean to reach it. This is also gonna get in the way from me because you're gonna have to go to the bean twice. Obviously, you're only gonna plant a bean if you want to get what is on top of the archway, and casually you might jump here and get the token. So yeah. So the one in the palm tree and the one on top here, these two I'm gonna give it away just because they're both very out of the way. They're not hard per se, but out of the way for sure. Right, so now let's do our sum. So sum from B2 to B21. And yeah, there we go. We have 20 skulls that I would consider convenient in overworld, 19 that are A, and 17 that are no way. Alright, so if we add up these 20 here that are convenient with the 28 from dungeons that are convenient, that gives us 48. So you have right about 50 skulls, give or take, that are decently fast to get in the entire game. So yeah, now what you gotta do is just work into your routes, the skulltulas. In terms of hands, generally you're gonna have hands for 50, 40, and 30 skulls. You're never gonna get hands for 10 and 20 most of the time. So it's a bit of a gamble in my opinion to like say fuck it, just goes all the way. You're like, I'm not gonna get any skulls. I'm gonna bank on the fact that there is nothing on skulltulas. Maybe sure, maybe you're gonna save some time and it's gonna win you the race. Fine, but more often than not, there's gonna be something on 10 or 20 that you're not gonna get hinted for, and you're gonna skip those checks, and then someone else is gonna do them, and you're gonna lose out on the race. So if you ask me, I always try to at least get 20 skulls and do those checks. I intertwine the skulls that are on my way as I do checks. And if obviously I have hands for 30, 40, or 50, I go hard on skulls or not. Like if you were doing Deco Tree beginning of the game, you see hover boots are on 50 skulls, and you have to do Shadow Temple. You know for sure you're gonna have to do to get those 50. So right away, just start going hard on skulls, get the tree you can Deco Tree, and go from there. Maybe even go out of your way to get a few of the A skulls, and yeah, that's it. Well, that's it for this video. I know it's got a bit long. I think it's like an hour 40 almost, uh, but it's kind of a long subject. I'm gonna save the spreadsheet and place it on the description here. So if you wanna maybe see the counts for yourself or copy the spreadsheet, do some notes, it's up to you. Right, I'm also gonna place a link for this strategy wiki link here, which shows every one of the 100 skulls and the locations if you wanna look them up. And that's it for me for now. I wanna thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.